Okay, deterioration of what? Roads. Government to strictly enforce weight limit for heavy duty trucks. Wabapani John Dramani Mahama Sidabi said they are quite AC safe fano. Wawatana siya who say ebi mutimi lodu ka no anaka na mia na wofi. Enso no nam kwan ebi timi lodu ka na anaka no ne mfi nyina betete abontere etu woni di san ho a se wansi fom a ekwan na ono nam ne die no ne mfe no kura sa bedi udiem yetimi lodu axle load a ebia was say 200 a omutimi lodu amane ko 400 na woma ko tie sika ma womo check axle load nti womo check no ma yi omani age omo do sopo na omo de atwam omo pani jo mama se yakwan ye ese no dodo no afri ho yentie no.
We cannot invest so much money in improving network only for we cannot invest so much money in improving our road network only for transporters to overload their trucks and destroy the roads in 3 to 5 years. We've seen new roads that are built, and once these trucks that are overloaded pass on them, within 3 to 5 years, the road is finished. Recently, Burkina Faso have implemented a new weight regulation. And so your trailer must not be longer than a certain length. It must not be wider than a certain length. And do you know what is happening? Trucks load from Takrady and from Tema and overload. When they get to Burkina Faso border, they cannot enter because of the regulation the Burkinabes have introduced. So they bring 3 trucks from Burkina Faso and offload 1 truck into 3 trucks before they can enter Burkina Faso. There are trucks in this country that load 120 tons when the maximum load is supposed to be 50 tons. There is no road you can construct that will stand 20 tons per truck. And so I've told the roads minister, and it's going to be announced firmly in the budget, we'll consult the drivers' union, the transporters. We must implement weight restrictions so that the roads that we build can last.
See, Ade na omanpani kano obia befo no so ne atanechi sa Burkina fo ahyemra se wontumi emfa a certain length of a car entwem omompene chese ye bechew magana hade omema kwan load no kwa ma ne nkogina so mpo ahomache ne ama ma paki adubo hu na matwam the old duty ne ho aye de but akwan a sa dipa no aye kawasem obefa fun aka se tobere so ho ahwan Omanhene ye kwan nyanyanya ni wura fi se saa wono a okọ adwuma no na wan check load no saa car no a oji ni sika no na akọsẹ ne kwan eno ane our leaders media briefing parliament na no ena ama yarega ensem bi odi tuja o say NDC government is a better implementer of free SHS and NHIS. Okasem ba kubi menim se no mo de ka ho a o se obi organ ha no o hwe animu se aban no betam sikado so po bi dia 24-hour economy a they will be disappointed. The government is going to give an enabling environment for the private sector to run 24-hour economy. And I'm saying, Yehu 24-hour economy. I've had the enabling environment. Yehuwa. Yente mama yariga wo say eba say aban a otimi bo modern e wo free SHS national health insurance one yentie no
all the money and you can't do other initiatives for government because there are constraints in terms of financing. So you cut health insurance, you cut what do you call it, get fund. We came and we uncapped them and look at the amounts of monies that are going to fund healthcare delivery and the amount are going to fund free senior high schools. So I would insist that even if NPP started free SHS, I am saying that today NDC is a better implementer of free SHS. Even if National Health Insurance, as it is presently constituted, was started by President Kufuor, I am saying that today, as it is being implemented, NDC is a better implementer of National Health Insurance.
Okay. Avanyoma Kenso so Kasabi, or say, Abai NDC, any flagship program, Abai no person or young Wajumano, Umunin Krata Bakusi or Parliament. The government has failed to provide Parliament with documents on its flagship programs. Avanyoma Makin.
Ostensibly, it will be recalled that since the swearing in, Parliament has approved billions of Ghana cedis for various ministries, ostensibly to execute programs. Mr. President has gone ahead to launch these programs at various events across the country. Sadly, to date, none of the programs has been presented to Parliament to enable us properly commence the task of oversight. The 24-hour economy program, the 1 million coders program, the Agri for Economic Transformation program, the program to export labor as announced by the President, and the National Apprenticeship program, just to mention a few, have all not seen parliamentary scrutiny. Meanwhile, these programs are supposed to be executed with funds approved by Parliament. So the reason why Parliament is being kept is the dark can better be explained by the executive. But we will not relent in our demand on government to make these flagship programs available for us to scrutinize.
Okay, on the anti-LGBTQ bill, Avanyoma can say, "Mode bill we Kufuor minimum. Ye did my election crowd ye campaign tiano. You forced this bill down the throat of a Kufuor. Now you people want to run away. Also mupwa anti-LGBTQ ye be pass it. Avanyoma.
You force LGBT on the throat of the Kufuor government. Today, you don't want LGBT. You would want it. Mube pepper. Mube pepper. You use it to win election. Now, when your stakeholders, the international community is warning you, you want to run away. Run to where? You now see governance. You are in the kitchen, you see the heat. I was there. We will plead with you. Let's manage this situation. You say no. Remember that hot afternoon? Agboja, as a chief whip. You remember that hot afternoon? When you suffocated me with third reading. You are laughing. Mr. Speaker, this bill.
What is the meaning of what you said?
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Sometimes when I look at majority leader, it's not easy. Mr. Speaker, what I'm trying to tell them is that, you see, when they were in opposition, they forced this bill on us. Even when it was in court, they say the bill must be signed into law. We heard President Mahama, His Excellency. He said, "Oh, the bill, he's seen it, but he's referring it to the Attorney General."
Interesting days ahead of us. The government is to conduct a value for money audit on Boakye Inland Port. Dr. Dominic Ayine.
I want to give two examples. In the case of the Boakye Integrated Inland Logistics Terminal, the report has been returned to my office. We have done our reading of the report and analysis of it, and we've come to the conclusion that there is a need for us to have a value for money audit, because that is the only way by which will determine the extent to which there was malfeasance relating to the finances of the project. But so far, nothing has been discovered that should, cause us to take action in court in terms of criminality.
One also started to just say, a company by name JA Plant Pool was supposed to have been paid $176 million contract sum. We are seeing $2 million be abetoso. Just say Plant Pool has been overpaid $2 million extra. Yentino.
Which is DRIP. We did the investigation. The preliminary report was returned to my office. I studied it. I gave directions as to what to do. And the investigators have gone back to do went back to do their work. And they came back with a report that I can tell you has, pinpointed certain acts of malfeasance that we are working on. So, for instance, in the case of DRIP, they were overpaid. That is, JA Plant Pool was overpaid by $2 million. The contract sum was $176 million United States of American dollars. On the face of the contract, that is the sum that was stated. When we examined the invoices of payments, it was $178 million that was paid. So right away, there was a difference of $2 million. So we asked that $2 million be paid back by JA Plant Pool. We also realized that 190 pieces of equipment were added and cleared without payment of tax. In other words, they were added to the list as if they were tax exempt. I asked the investigators to go back, look at the HS code, and for those of you, HS code is a harmonized code that the customs officers use to determine the classification and taxes applicable to goods. When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is the $2 million, JH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment.
Okay. The former Buffer Stock boss and wife have been charged with stealing, conspiracy to steal, willfully causing financial loss to the state, using public office for profit. Dr. Ayine, see, I charge you one more count on the doors, but when the more draw, stealing, conspiracy to steal, willfully. So willfully causing financial loss. You the toast one. Will you want to be a baby in you? Yentie, Ayine.
Orchestrated the transfer of 78
million. Government appointee.
Mr. Abdul Wahab, in concert with Richard Samasanti and Bismarck Boakye, orchestrated the transfer of 78,269,084 Ghana cedis and 4 pesos from the bank accounts of Buffer Stock Company to a private company linked to Hanan Abdul Wahab, his wife, and staff for Buffer Stock at Republic Bank and EcoBank. We have decided to charge Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab and his wife, Faiza Seydou Wuni, with stealing, conspiracy to steal, causing financial loss to the state, using public office for profit, obtaining public property by false statements.
Oh no, say the year bags and Bruce Sistino. na ne yiri bag do se fa no be it won't mean toss our bag no e ma no so de obi timi yi bag ba ko se ho bag no na nsen a ure your friend say anya clean ayi ure ya oye presidential staff ya oye Joyce Bauer omo the opposition bag buy and omo the government bag so buy government bag no 360 million and opposition bag na said 3,500 oh how no de ayi bag aba Baumia Samira Baumia bag say 35,000 pounds you turn one average. Oh, the designer bags, it be a 45,000, 60,000, 100,000 bag. Or turn is higher, they say. Or what taste? Come on, man, you are not. Former buffer stock scandal. Allegations by the Attorney General are false and damaging. Former CEO Abdul Wahab Hanan Aludiba. Or see the Omodi Attorney Sunya false and damaging. Ombeso Mufuntus official. One person good animasi. Asama one more can nim no obesia more court. Osabari maya retina do otosu mienu simo nyuma kunya. Kade mai nyuma kunya.
Yo ganani. Me yo this year. Bibi e finne. E bia mba fra bibia. Yo ganani. Me yo this year. Bibi e se me ma ho de bua. Bisika bua. Madaji. Me di beba. Abebua. Na emo e fi na ko. Me nye ka de ni bio. Me ba mi.
Yes, so hini edin na hoden ni sika ni nimdie wa Boakye de maye niema bebre still and now we so aye we man son tokwa na wose mo nyima kunya buso aye dai eti di obetima di akunya no mo fama no ade we pa na ahimfunu bebrebe ye bia nka beboa o I am free between Yakodra Yankaya.
Because the opportunities involved.
MPP has been vindicated. Ora was a complete waste of time. Don't believe what say.
The Mavosi Omo received so many garbage, like and send you a honor allegation because email will be in a dimly sending electronically. And okas one for evidence mrakwana wunya and for that matter na won't me line case information munya eni nyina because in the beginning of month 425 say ora ho e kasika
say 21 billion dollars worth of corruption kuja tabla kwa nani
entino omo ye review ntimi say information bi wo ho a bi obi timi de ede bi beba no ono ade bo atan obi anye valuation or na say variation bi take place boy say na mti afraid the papa na beto ntwe say they received so many information
garbage,
including garbages pa na buy
I don't pay atrase yaw I'm sure say free home too
ahota oral nkomo ya wudi ene Dominica yene nsem okan na me ade ba ko a akota meeting ni nyina me hu wo mu yese
yes na mami amani na time no me nyane pepe bia 4 minutes
okay
krr mo biantra
awoda NDC ewo asudie NDC aban no ene mampede John Dramani Mahama wa asudie da no so say approve kire Ghana for say truly MPP for akromfo akota what say
because of kasa
ne campaign omo yes MPP for abokro no omo wi oman no Canada Japan they are stealing like there's no tomorrow yen de ne hwan nyina no omo de campaign and a Ghana for eto abade ma omo enti e wo se NDC aban e prove kire Ghana for se no kra de ehu no abonte e ka kire mo se egrofo we akromfo no saa nete Ijakota in the coming days, send your papa ne kan say akade or say akabaku aka sky train ni hwa
sky train
ni na wo de beba no akota be ye series saa e bi kura akota ye kan ye ken e be court enkusi aga but in the eyes of Ghana for no
they should
ye hunu say akwa hanan no okronfo allegedly yes e bi America
I say he's been charged for stealing allegedly why
okronfo and hwene mo de betu dwa otimi to watch back 15 billion ayi ahana ne ya kan wa se atene general ne se wo kan na make mo evidence for the listener to otimi to watch back 15 billion old Ghana cedis you oto bag man yere ayi your friend say ayi ebi kura ye 1 billion ebi ye 2 billion to bag man yere o akota ejapade a this young man and then omu kreti according to attorney general nyam na make o
now attorney general and that TV so now how they say
most of you back say me na say
what tojo uludan
mo tojo uludan auto airport asase $750,000 auto a
3-bedroom house or cantonment 5-bedroom house our chain homes
chain homes
dying mo 1.6 million
1.6 and
dollars
yes what
Sortina Enterprise too as a nema almost sika almost transfer
and akota sika na da ho no mo sa no 60 million
which is 160 billion
160 trillion 104 zeros na free so
160 trillion
yes na
kwa that's a 6
kadada no
160 billion
yes and no dia to na account
16 billion Ghana cedis hey
akota Sortini Enterprise to the
Akwani Enterprise now is a way now some fictitious companies that were created
it's akota the attorney general and NDC
that's what he's alleging
asudie yes asudie do mo so and some near we nyina bia ne say
any hanani
no akota wo say obusa say ne hanani yes wo to hotel bu tamale and now mo here quickly transfer sika no because oti attorney general now say o wi sika no nim so ntimi mfa nko bank sika we ya o wi aye nyina no onim so ntimi mfa nko bank
you know the year japade
ye be question
you know the year japade
you know or the to japade to nsase oto dan oto fie saa to saa na akota we nyina twako si say NDC wasudie say omu prove kire Ghana for say sane ye campaign catch am say MPP for akrom ya che kromfo baako na niam odi sika ye nie
okay
so akota ebetima ba say a case we be court na hana na kwa akudibem ba ni padodo say na de omani be di akira
conclude kura say hana na dibem
mo de beto ni
tiri wonim say be si na obi timi tra radio so na or refer Cecilia brother pa so we sika even though Shraj court to crack as a mama no peswa ba one for be sika no
Ghana for tirimu dia betu
they were Ghana for tim say
mama Cecilia brother pa na
we are Ghana sika
ogu ne dem ebi ne hanan de we iti public my friend say
court of public opinion no when you are given a verdict of guilt and people
NDC aban ne attorney general no court of public opinion for no call more catch them MPP for akrom for no he's proving to them so it mahu say lawyers ni bi chesa an na attorney general no say so about be government communicator na friend is asem no from court
mo anya government
kwan bi so no so almost approve mam MPP for mo be Ghana for him more
and
because still they have an election
to protect
in 2028
and hana woni no munyina asrem ho
nakota
ngodi mu nkomo
another interesting idea so say enno na
1 minute more
o kan sa say no minim say ya grace mo video no o kai say gentleman we ko di ni birthday bi o plane mu
where
mo enno na ho na video no Omo video no to social media no so.
Hana.
Oh, say agree.
E by pirates in government appointee buffer stop.
Video no. Sabi me dey ka asem keke o. Sa video no Jombo du wom. Sa video no Fred Blay was mawu wom. Sa video no gentleman be a friend Dominic Edia.
Yeah, Dominic Edia, GMPC a foundation on another no.
Sa video one e be to abonten just to prove to Ghana for no say
Otimi di the birthday grow aeroplane. Asante.
My no plan I want assembly ka kan say. Nan. Minimum no. But asudi ni da attorney general ministry na so any say obo prove him guilty at court.
Yeah.
Because me when I was saying say when you know or see stealing whatever. Oh my you maybe you say
video ni ni.
Okay.
Wait. I play mo. Hey yo.
Video ne kwa ubo.
Yeah. I have friend first class. Hey first class. And your business class crowd. First class.
And I'm saying wow.
What is a normal conference be?
It be a normal conference be.
And you see me a new birthday now.
Video. I was ha say win.
Also we now first class. Well, to say is that Ethiopia Airline or Emirates? First class. I saw me July 13th year to me I made no play more. Now me wa breach. I mess so muni mame. I don't know you made dia ma now first class.
Nti abasa wo na auto cake na na say plane na de be che.
On that very day na na on betima ya hu no ma organize ya ma.
Okay, dear, like a surprise thing.
A surprise, but we don't think so. No, you'll be high. Something to us. I'm sorry.
The main come for Papa, you know, a bench. I'm not the you need something for promo. And you make your betimina about 60%. A amount for a disca. Oh, PBB, buffer stock, maybe our per contract. Any dear, or mine, minimum deal. But let's go a little brief on that score. You tell me the because we are buffer stocks come more than best 500 million. Bet my foul contract. Ya de man for name ipe we jue.
Any day go who move fear no. And only the politicians in most cases omunyo. And he said the kutabaga. Some of these largest now. Obi kwa betima to cut or bag a better.
Do you get my point? And you know as to how you prove it. And also interested send there a form of inducement because ebia wo nya saade na nkasa
and ka won your contract
no. But me person me who say and how do you prove some of these things in court?
So to bag e boss.
Obi say this anya man nyina. Intimate is interesting days ahead of us. Yeah we dey back see. But me no pay na say me dey ba dream be ba so park say o man pay mama say mo kan Ghana anybody Burkina Faso dey. Yakwan o man he asam na rewa say me twe tiefo na hwefo adwena hwe ade ba ko bi so o man hwe
we ka na twa Tokyo ju
o man hwe sa ekwan asam o ken o ka say 2018 ho no Tech road no e free Tech ba ho police station ho o man police station ho e be si Anaga junction etiefo ehwe na o mutie o be kai say o man panyikofo ma ye sa side ho nko a Tech. And other end, you know, content and say comment in 1 year, but mine, or mamma far a crowd to Kumasi from Anaga Junction to Tech Junction. And I'm saying, valodiness nature, no. I might say a Quanu Musia. Omo, you know, Omo, the Abopa, good form, sir, sorry about Kubisha form or family chapel, honor, Omo, the road, Rawa, say, Omo, the Abo good form, but because of the valoded nature of the tracks,
and I'll say also so do ona gano eto ne boase na ehome ano about 10 yakofa STC
ho enti o man sadio man panyi ma eka no eyade a mesi o mo pamon fa sika organa nyina anye akwan eda na ebese but mi hu ni say na sem o ka ba ko say akwan ne kokoduru northern part Ghana ne Burkina Faso yes na ye yiyi memfa ne say ya che niam ni magu tracks nsa ne mani nyina the question is say you were custom for ha yeah, well, police for our questions until what you might anything. And the idea we say, come maybe a near pound. I put the phone soldier for one is our custom for open like you. And this is
Temano Muludu. Aha, not Temano. Omuana. omulo du wi a enam intouch enam motorway no swa na be fa ba Boakye na ba eti omu hurara
and I reho sem say because of nature the volatile nature no baby a tobu tu no omoye checkpoint no bia hona say because do who aka no say gina o me and to mampan mama me say sa checkpoint sampani phone nyina omo gina kwa no so enka o ma bi pa ya ni abra enka enfanse wadu akonwa wie wadu ade wie transfer ko di 6 months munya say de ma gina mpanifo anim na me hu say den na mo penso because acquire this shortest span of time period I say me the me busa say and no matter how much you invest on roads or mine acquire the best say name of the mampan mama beti ni nua ketwa say 2 hours and why no Accra na Burkina Faso try no I was some train system Ghana and Burkina Faso and in the long run you train system Ghana, Togo, Benin, Nigeria no nanka aboama trans border because no one can say over 7.4 billion and Ghana yenya with gas trading amongst our border routes.
Okay. Omi ni onso my Adam for Boakye no. Yeah, Grace, good shot. Mami too. Na mami fa we ntum. Kubase. Ene anyam kwanta.
To good sentence.
Sa customs for no nsemhuru na amasa ahase. Amasa ahase chichi cars ni bio.
Oh,
Ade Kumasi traders ya obekai. Businessmen ade abufuo epamo. Eto abatia NDC MPP no Nana NDC chairman friend say Nana Kwesi Zuba regional minister Dr. Mwako say mutemia Monica Sons for Ninkasa Enra the businessmen complained to me say omasa say saya chika no koka somso na wantia obi ko tu ka lodu besin be twem kwa boso kan
yenye ne
hwe o de koma kola o kai si ko yiri niema oba Kumasi no yesi onu de ni duty no e wo so oye bi ka ho
omo pese Ghana fo nyan kwatre kuma nkan kwa business
anuti enu am say businessman be me ensa o man yo masa she sa niema na se o oh na u di agora o be yi niema ni nyina sa gu fom eti onu so mo yi gu fom na nsi obo no so a ni omo na betu aka o
can you imagine na omo yi gu fom so ha na etu aka
oh wa be do to awie sa mo mo nyinti ya na e ko lodu sa ne ma na gu fom ne asa de agu so du do mo nyinti 200 so receipt nim 150 million 10,000 and I'm up for anything about who have now officer be da kwan who gone too soon no obu a oye wi akobo dua ada na the environment now am pani mama so o create no any ye catch e to many regional minister mo sa say wo man fi yen and a businessman wo Kumasi dia bufuo to abeti MPP mo ba any terms mo jai custom officer bi ha no e bi kro MPP ni o ya ma ho ayehi mami tio o de mo ntra o
asemo o ba mami na se na sa corruption issue yi ne ahonsensem na me hwe kakra we will continue to have these things happening because I come here is sa asset declaration and sana obi akwa assume office ye mfanye eduma because so oba say odan wo ha so what to say ye be pay hunu se be ya obetina konwa so ana wo assume office no so a ne lifestyle no say e change ebreko anim no eno so ye nhwe eno ntino e kamia ye so obia nya be assume office bia ene hu lele asedanka nyame na vi oba beto animonyam hyanyom saa de amenya nkopon because wanya kwan bi oba be fa so ayede adupi or minor and then again emrano ya na you see the interpretation of the law is interesting and interesting to or mine ya be koso anya cases ɛbɛkɔ court ɛbɛka sɛ corruption related issues saa na nso yɛntumi nwie bɛhu sɛ na aban no atwam na aban foforɔ aba na waba bɛfale nolly prosecute because so okɔgyina court hɔ na ɔfa lawyer ɔkyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm no mu ɛnam sɛ ɛyɛ interest na interest ɛyɛ judge ne nti no judge no nso pɛ so wɔsua adeɛ te nsɛm ahodoɔ ɛde free lawyer no ho nti no bɛhu sɛ ɔtie saa na postpone the case no. And we will continue to make wild allegations against specific individuals. He said, and my case, I say, I didn't know chassis and the decamp bomb quite doing so crowns or bonting. But if I could do court, no, now Semnankasa was here can, now a resource, no, yen to minka. A Semnankasa, you could pay more court and nothing, a quack will be your home. Asem na nkasa e bekwa kopie mu o court no ye nti o mo nka biem se sei ni na asem na ye dey esi eko na akwakoda. I think it is hard time I was say you take issues no one after the other na ansa na nso e be ba bonte no na nka ye wie bibia se guni kwan mu se afei ya nya verdict no se sei ni na tie ansa na ye ba bonte ya ba be chinchiri mu amagana fo nyinate. But you print a babontin ye di kan be prosecute or more abontin said ye who se see na special prosecutor ba na we nso aba no ma ba kasa a long run no obehu se na nkomo e hyase e babontin no enye pleasing obehu na ade na kwakodwo boko ti se nso onyi no ye nti hwi bie mo ho no yes rom this time they have to act, and when they are acting there was one acting abra evidence no ye available. No evidence no so solid. Na nyam no kasa nko a. Enya sai. Ya beto aso wo mamu asa MPP beba. No akọ na ndisi aba. No akọ.
So this guy na eja no.
Yes, na make
court eja no.
See ya sa na kosa di we ba. Wa ba be file no prosecute. No man ya kwan no so de kasa akese na fa so no. Na no me yam hie me. Yes san bi ho. Sunyane Kumasi road yi. Afei na masoma koma.
Wow, to me so wakuma.
Oh, you made me okay.
On the note of Ejaku holding his breath and his own heart. Yeah, Daniel Waba and Eddie Agudi Usem. Abetuamoso. Orlando is here. Emba will also join.